Hi everybody, and welcome back to Yoga with Anna. Here, your self-care doula, so you can take care of yourself and slow down midweek so that you can finish the week strong. So welcome to the slow flow, and this is streamed live, and if you don't have time because you're working during the day, you can come back and catch it on our YouTube channel, pcsam.org, finding us as PCSAM. So events. So the events that we have coming up, let's see, Wednesday. So tonight we have Matt's midweek vibe check. And then our Fridays are starting to pick up some speed. So we are rolling forward with this week, Friday nights, consciousness movie night. That's what it is. Consciousness movie night. It starts at 7 to mingle between 7 and 7:30. Non-alcoholic options, and we gather here at 63 Washington Street Friday night. Come out for a movie night, maybe have some popcorn, and come hang out with some awesome people. And then we have Saturdays, Soul Saturday. So Soul Saturday, we have a very special guest, DJ Furious. So DJ Furious is going to be bringing in some drum and bass. So hopefully my calendar's cleared so I can be here to dance to one of my favorite genres. Close to my heart. Love drum and bass. Love the beat, and just love those rhythms. So come out Saturday from 12 to 3, 63 Washington Street here in Weymouth. And again, that's Soul Saturday, DJ Furious coming in furiously with drum and bass. All right, so you like that. All right, so what else is going on? We also have, so being that the Fridays are coming back, so this Friday, like I said, is consciousness movie night, and then we have a very interesting film. And then the following Friday, Matt is going to be up-leveling gratitude to manifest. So go Matt and see what he has in store for us next Friday. Then I won't go further than that. Well, no, maybe I will. Other than keep an eye out on the events page at pcsam.org. Is it .org or .com? .org. pcsam.org. Sorry, I have a lot of things flowing in my mind right now. So pcsam.org. Go to the events page, RSVP, because it's important for us to know how many people are going, if we're going to keep some of the food flowing, or if people are going to bring food, just to, be mindful and let us know that you're coming. And also, in case anything happens and there's cancellations, we can also contact you, so you don't end up coming to a closed door because you weren't aware that something got canceled. So it's always good to RSVP, highly encouraged. What's coming up in November for the book club? So we're back to our Yamas and Niyamas. And we've chosen the book, The Yamas and Niyamas by Deborah Dell. And we are going back to the ethics and the observances of yoga. So the Yamas and Niyamas are a great resource of how to live your life, how to bring good habits into your daily living, and how to expand yourself from where you were to where you could be. So yoga really does explore lots of things. It is an eightfold path. And then when you start diving into that eightfold path, you begin to notice that it's even deeper than that. So come and join us for a book circle in November. Take a look at the events page, because at the top of my head, I think it's towards the end of the month, before Thanksgiving. And then we have another meet coming up. So again, stay in touch with the website, RSVP, and come join us for some awesome events that will be happening. So let me just quickly look up the Yamas and Niyamas, because I do want to give out the dates again. Okay, yeah, so towards the end of the month, October 27th, we are meeting here, and it is 11 to 1 p.m. and that's on a Sunday, so that we can all gather in circle, bring something to eat, a little potluck, so we can share. That's Sunday, October 27th is the first time we meet in the book circle, and then we meet again November 17th. So Sarah and I are going to be spearheading the yamas and niyamas together. We will read and discuss and come into community. So I think that's it. All right, so let's move into our flow. I say, let's begin standing. So standing nice and tall, we're gonna come into our grounding position. Usually we start seated or lying on our backs, lying down. But today we're gonna start standing and just coming to a nice, comfortable stance. And feeling yourself grow taller by lengthening the spine and the crown towards the sky. And just coming into a gentle mountain pose. So without tensing anything up in the body, just lengthening and coming to our breath, softening the gaze or closing our eyes. And coming into our breath awareness. So notice how the breath is coming in and out the nose, lips sealed. And as you notice your breath, without changing anything, just noticing as how your chest is rising, how the body's filling with oxygen, and noticing how it leaves the body. So take a few breaths here, just noticing the breath come in and out the nose. And then we're gonna begin to continue to center ourselves and ground in. So options to bring the hands to heart or in prayer position. So sometimes layering the hands over the heart can feel a little more comforting if that's what you're feeling that you need today. So remember, give yourself what you need. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. Our shapes are going to look different because everybody's bodies are different. If something doesn't feel comfortable, go with what feels comfortable to you. Move your body the way that it's comfortable for you. If at any time you need to pause, take that pause and give yourself that grace. You can always come back to stillness and your breath. So let's step into our intention here. What is our intention for today? How do you want to finish the week? Thinking about what has come up so far this week and whether that's good, not so good. Just kind of taking that breath in and releasing through the breath, through the exhale, what isn't serving. Letting it go. If you need to revisit that later, give yourself the time right now to just focus on you and send yourself that love. As you step into your intention, we remember that it is intention that drives our actions. And it's these intentions we carry through our practice and take with us once we leave this space. As you breathe in, feel the breath come in through the nose. Let the breath travel down the spine, through the heels, through the soles of your feet. As you exhale, let that breath rise, helping you feel taller. Nice deep breath in. As you take that breath all the way down to the soles of your feet and beyond, so you root into this earth, into our earth. As you exhale, taking that exhale and lengthening the spine. Breathe in your intention. Exhale what no longer serves. Let's take a moment here. And when you're ready, releasing your arms by your side, and then just noticing, while I was here in the stance, just kind of weight shifting a little bit. So you're taking the weight forward, taking it back, just noticing how the weight feels on your soles and on the soles of your feet as it touches the earth. So just noticing, bringing the weight forward, shifting the weight back, and then side to side. On the next breath, or 2 or 3, we're going to roll the shoulders. And then roll them forward, and you can bend the knees here, softening the knees. Coming back to your mountain pose, let's inhale the arms up. And exhale, lower the arms by your side. All right, so this week I started most of my classes with letting the wiggles out. So I don't have music here with me, but you can put on any kind of music that you like. I think I did use Under Pressure by David Bowie and Queen to let the wiggles out. So if you want to use that song, if you want to use any other song, what we're going to do is we're going to shake out the body and really just begin to bounce and release any stuck energy that's in the body. So you can begin by just gently bouncing, just gently lifting the heels, not by much. And then you can begin to shift the body, shake the hands, shake the arms. Inhale, my bracelets. So shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Kick the feet out. Lift the legs up and bounce. Bounce, 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 bounce. Shake the shoulders. Shake the arms. Shake the head. Roll the shoulders, move the knees, kick out the legs. So it's nice to do this to music because you can go with the rhythm of the music, like I did, and my mat's coming back up, so I'm gonna shake back here. Shake, shake, shake. Let it go. Kick it out. Sway the arms. Snap it out. Roll the arms if you like. Shake it out. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Kick out the legs. Sway the body. And then just notice how you feel. You can do this as long as you want or as short as you want. Sometimes this may not feel comfortable, but once you're done with it, you might feel that comfort come in. So you're just letting go. I've already shaken a lot today, but keep going, keep shaking. Use music to move the body. And then once you're done shaking, kicking, lifting the legs, shifting the hips, rolling the shoulders, and moving the head, come back to your stance. And what we've just done here is we've woken up the subtle body, the body that you cannot see. So if you feel any tingling around the outline of your body, any chicken skin, your hair raising, that's part of your subtle body. So you've woken up your subtle body, you've released some of that energy, and then come back to your stillness. So feet can be together or a little bit distance apart, about hip distance. Take a nice deep breath. Let it out. Nice deep breath in, arms come up. Exhale, let's forward fold slowly because we're just beginning here. So take it slow, take it easy if this is your first forward fold. If this is uncomfortable, lift the body up to where it's comfortable. Or if you want to take the body all the way down, take the body down. You're going to release the shoulders, release the arms, the neck.
the head. Take a sway. You can take a bind here, elbow to elbow. And take that sway again. Bend the knees as much as it's comfortable. And you can even bend the knees deeply and rest the torso on the thighs if that's comfortable to you. So just notice if you are tensing up your neck and shoulders by holding up your head, let the head gently fall. Feel the arms release. On the next breath, let's gently roll all the way up. So press through the feet, slowly, slowly inhaling as you come all the way back up. Nice deep breath in as you continue to inhale, and then exhale, swan dive down for your forward fold. Nice straight long back, tilt the tail, and then come all the way down. Inhale, roll, come all the way back up. Keep going, inhaling, tap the fingers, exhale, swan dive down, slowly straight back, all the way down. Gently roll up, inhaling, nice deep breath in, and this time as the arms come up, keep them up parallel to the ears. Take that right hand to the left wrist and lengthen that left side, arch over to the right side. Press the left hips away so you can create that crescent shape and stretch that side a little bit more, and then come to center, switch sides, lengthen the right side body on the inhale, and exhale, arch over. Press the right hips away. Feel that weight shift to the right of the feet, and then come back to center. From here, lower the arms, bring the arms behind you, interlace the fingers, and really press those palms together as much as possible. Reach those wrists down, take the shoulders back and down. So stay here for breath. Bring those shoulders back, maybe take the gaze up to the sky. On the next breath, we're going to bend the knees and forward fold with the bind, if you're comfortable doing that. Come all the way down, maybe the arms lift off the back. Inhale, press through the feet, pull the navel in, come all the way up. Take the gaze up, release the bind, arms come back up. And lower. Roll the shoulders. All right, so I'm going to come to the top of the mat so that we can begin to get into our hips. Nice deep breath in, arms come up. Exhale, straight spine, swan dive down. Inhale, hands on the shins, coming to your half lift. So tilting the tail, pulling the navel in, lengthening through the crown, drawing those shoulders away from the ears. Nice deep breath in. And on the exhale, plant the palms. You're going to step it back, both feet, one foot first and then the other, and then bring the knees down. Find your tabletop. So we're going to stack those shoulders over the wrists. Fingers are nice and wide, nice and open. Hips stacked over the knees. Feet can be flat, or if you want to curl the toes under to give the feet a nice stretch, you can. All right, let's cat-cow here. On the inhale, abdomen drops towards the earth. The tail tilts up to the sky, and the gaze goes up towards the sky. On the exhale, you're coming either into neutral spine or rounding in, taking the chin towards the chest, gently tucking in. Inhale, abdomen draws towards the earth, taking the gaze up to the sky, tilting the tail. Exhale, gently rounding in. So continue with the movement, following your breath pattern, inhaling as you extend, exhaling as you round in, and the movement should be as long as the breath. Find your rhythm. It can look different than mine. But what you're really looking for here is the movement being as long as the breath. So as I inhale, that extension of the spine is going to take as long as I take that breath into the top until I can't breathe in no more, and then exhale. Then you draw in and round in, and make sure you pull that navel in, compress the diaphragm to take all that air out. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round in. And then come back to center. Let's take a child's pose. If you've had a very stressful week, this might feel really good to you. Take the knees wide so you can create some space for the body. Let the toes touch. And if the hips don't come all the way down, you can use a pillow or a block to sit on if that's comfortable. So you can put that just here or so. Find that comfortable place. And as you bring the hips down, you're going to extend the arms forward. As you extend the arms forward, the body's going to melt down. Again, if you have tight hips, the body might not come all the way down. Just support your body as best as possible. Also, if your head doesn't touch or come down to the floor just so, and it's hanging up here, that's okay. See if you can bring a pillow or a block and gently rest your forehead, giving your head and neck that support that it needs. Again, keyword, give yourself what you need, right? All right, so let's melt into the mat. Let the heart gently reach down towards the mat. Third eye comes onto the mat. If your third eye or forehead is on the mat, give yourself a little massage, a little back and forth. With your arms extended, fingers nice and wide, gently press the mat away as you press the hips back towards the heels, lengthening the arms and lengthening through the spine as you take those hips back. If it feels good here to bring the hands into prayer position, you can do that. Bend the elbows and bring those hands to the back between the shoulders or the head, just depending on where your hands land. And then once you're there, walk the elbows forward and then gently shift the hips back to give those triceps a nice stretch. Nice deep breaths. Let everything go. Release those knots or those things that you're tied to. Let yourself gently untether with your breath. When you're ready, you can release the hands and come back down towards the mat if you've lifted. Let's walk the hands over to the right side. Give your left side a nice stretch by drawing that left hip towards that left heel. Nice deep breaths. One more breath here. And on the exhale, beginning to walk the hands over to the left side. Gentle bow and feel the stretch from the right fingertips down to that left hip, reaching towards that right hip, reaching towards that right heel. On the next breath, we're going to walk the hands back to center. Take that bow. So an option here, you can bring the arms back and gently let the arms drape. You can also bring the knees in. Take that child's pose and bring the arms by your side. So you're draping the torso right on your thighs. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders if you've taken that drape. Gently lift the body back up. And then take the knees wide again. So we're sitting on our heels. Nice deep breath in as you extend the arms out, palms facing forward, chest forward, heart forward, gazing forward. Inhale, arms come back up. Exhale, lower. Bring the knees back to center, arms in front of you, tabletop. Extend that right leg back, toes point down. Bend the knee and then open up to the right side. Stack that right hip over the left hip. You can flex the foot here, spread the toes, give a little twirl of the ankle, and then come back to center. Readjust your hands and then circle the hip. Both directions. And then extend that leg long, ground the toes, press into the heel. Inhale, shift the weight forward, lift the leg, that right leg, toes point down, come into extended tabletop. Really reaching through that left arm, opposite directions through that back heel, right heel, left arm reaches forward and bring everything back. Shift side, side. And then circles with the hips. Anybody got allergies? This is also good for allergies. Moving the body and breathing deeply, exhaling out. And neti pot works too. Or allergy medicine. All right, now that the leaves are falling, you're feeling those tickles in the nose with all the stuff that's in the air again. All right, so come back to center. That's probably why you hear me sniffling. All right, so we're gonna extend that left leg, toes point down, and we're gonna ground those toes. Press through the heel so that you feel that stretch in the calf all the way down through the heel. And then shift forward, bend the knee, and open up to the left side. You can take the gaze to the left side or towards the back. You can give the ankle a little twirl, gently bring yourself back, square the hips to the mat, and circle the hip. Opposite direction too. So both directions. And then extend that leg long, point the toes down, square the hips, and extend that right arm forward. Reach in opposite directions, and then bring that hand back. Leg comes back, coming back to your tabletop. Circles with the hips. Take the hips back. Extend the arms forward and gently tent the fingers, just gently stretching the arms, shoulders, and the shoulder blades. From here, coming back to your tabletop, and then walk the hands forward and come into your puppy pose. So the heart's going to gently reach towards the mat as the hips reach back. You can definitely rest your head here if the forehead reaches down to the mat. Last breath here, and then gently guide those hands back underneath your shoulders. All right, take a nice deep breath in, curl the toes under, and we're gonna lift the hips high, come to a down dog. Walk your dog here. So heels do not have to touch the mat. press the heart towards the thighs to feel that back nice and stretched, and then inner elbows pointing towards each other. So you'll feel that once you take those inner elbows towards each other, those shoulder blades wrap around the upper back. Nice deep breath in, lift the heels, switch the gaze between the hands and take a hover. And then bring the knees down to the mat. From here, shift the hips back. Extend the arms and then shift the weight forward, coming forward into a little up dog. Taking the gaze up to the sky. Shift the hips back. Inhale, shift forward. Get that nice stretch to the front body and the back body. And then come back to your table. From here, let's readjust to our tabletop. Taking those hands underneath the shoulders, knees right under the hips, and we're going to thread the needle. Let's open up to the right side, reach up high, and then we're going to weave that arm underneath the left. Take that right shoulder down, and then you can extend that left arm forward. So once here, you can shift the hips back as you extend that left arm. Option here to also open up the front of the left shoulder by taking that arm around behind your back. So hand can be here, take that shoulder back and take it behind you. Nice deep breaths. And then just noticing how your shoulder feels as you shift a little bit. Micro movements matter because they affect the stretch. Release the arm. Extend it forward just to give it a nice stretch and open up that shoulder. And then bring that hand just underneath the shoulder or in front of your face. And then press all the way, lifting the body. Reach that right arm back up to the sky and then lower it back down. Find your tabletop position. Left side, inhale, left arm rises up high. Exhale, weave the left arm underneath the right and take that left temple down. Extend that right arm forward, reach the hips back. Breathe. Nice and deep, and as you exhale, feel the body relax a little bit more each time. Option here to bring that right arm behind you so the arm can land here, or if you have a little bit of a deeper reach, you can take a bind and even hold on to your clothes. Sometimes people tuck the hand and then you're opening up the front of that right shoulder. So wherever your hand lands is just fine. Shift the hips back and notice the left shoulder and then release the bind. Arm floats back up. Bring it in front of the face or underneath the shoulder. Gently pressing yourself back up, reaching that left arm up to the sky to give it a nice stretch, and find yourself back at tabletop. All right, from here, gently extending that right leg, toes point down, bend the knee, and we're gonna touch that right elbow and extend that leg back out. Touch that right elbow, so your little hip opener here, and extend, draw the toes down, reach through that back heel, and then bring it back to table. Extend that left leg, bend the knee, reach for that left elbow and extend. So just, you don't have to touch the elbow, but you can reach in the direction, just taking that knee in the direction. Extend, take the toes down to the ground, press through the heel, and come back to tabletop. All right, so from here we're gonna walk the hands towards the knees, and we're gonna sit up on our knees, or stand up on our knees, and come into the knees being about hip distance apart. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna bring the hands to our low back. If you know how to get into camel, you're definitely welcome to get into camel. But for here, for these slow flow purposes and gentleness, we're gonna just take the hips forward a little bit, draw those shoulders back, elbows towards each other, drop the head back, and take a little back bend. Good for those forward shapes that the spine begins to make that we don't want. So always doing the opposite, and then gently coming back up. If you want to take that lean back and reach for the heels, you also can do that, and then press the hips forward, dropping the head back and taking your camel pose. If that looks like it's not for you, then just gently press the hips forward. You don't even have to drop the head. You can just press the hips forward. All right, let's release. Bring the hips down slowly. Snap, crackle, pop. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, lower the arms. Right arm up and over. Ground that left palm. Reach back. And then switch sides. Left arm up and over the left ear. Reach back. And then gently lower that arm. Inhale, arms come up, reaching back, and then float the arms back to your tabletop. Curl the toes under, lift the hips up, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Walk your dog. Press the heart towards the thighs. Just taking the gaze to the ankles without moving the head down. You want to keep those ears parallel to the arms. When you're ready, lift the heels, bend the knees, and switch the gaze. You can even press back if you want. Walk the feet to meet the hands, forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, half lift. And then let's root to rise. Come all the way up, take the arms parallel to the ears, and sit in your chair. Shift the weight to the heels. Pull the navel in, lift the chest, and maybe sit a little lower. Hands come to the heart. Forward fold. Nice exhale as you forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, lengthening, half lift. Exhale, plant those palms, step back with that right foot. And then you're gonna extend that front knee, take the forehead towards the knee. Draw that left hip back. Take the chin towards the throat. And then shift forward, stack that left knee over the ankle, ground that right palm, open up left side. So that left arm's gonna rise, and you're gonna take the gaze either straight ahead or take it up towards the sky. Again, if you wanna do a similar bind, flip the palm, reach behind you, take the gaze up. Not there for very long. Release it when you feel like it, and then float that arm back down. All right, so from here, let's drop that right knee down. Take a half splits. Shift the hips back. And then let's shift forward and shift back a little bit. And then shift back to your half split. Shift forward. Curl the toes under that back foot. Lift that back knee, and then let's step it forward. Forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, half lift, tilting the tail, pulling the navel in, drawing those ears, drawing the shoulders away from the ears. And then nice deep breath. Let's root to rise, come all the way up. Palms touch, palms come to heart. So take a moment here to just notice how one side feels over the other. Maybe that right side might feel a little longer. Just noticing. Tone the legs, pulling up on the quads, shoulders back, navel pulled in, length through the crown. Inhale, reach up. Separate the palms, keep the arms parallel to the ears, sit in your chair. Again, if there's any shoulder or neck issues, you can definitely bring the arms down to wherever it's comfortable for you. Shift the weight back into the heels, pull the navel in, lift the chest, sit a little lower. You got this. Breathe through the nose, in and out calmly. When your mind begins to speak, telling you that it doesn't like this, come back to your breath. Hands come back to the heart and forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, lengthening half lift. Exhale, plant the palms, left foot steps back this time. Extend that front knee, take the forehead towards the knee. Again, you can bend the knee to touch the forehead. Back foot is flat, take the chin towards the throat. It's gonna feel uncomfortable, and you're gonna sound like this if you speak, and that's okay, because that's what we want. We want a throat stimulation sensation in this posture. Draw that right hip back, and then lift the gaze. Shift that knee forward to stack over the ankle. Ground that left palm on the instep of that right foot. And I'm lengthening my back leg just because it feels more comfortable for me. You do you and what's comfortable for you. We're going to open up to that right side. So that right arm's going to rise. Again, you can take that arm behind you, or just keep it up into the sky. Take the gaze up to the sky or straight ahead. I'm going to release the arm, float that arm back down, and then I'm going to drop that left knee. Shift back into your half splits, draw that right hip back. Lengthen through the crown. And you can come onto the heel and then press the foot down, give a nice stretch to the top of the foot, or just come onto the heel and draw that right hip back. Let's lean forward, shift the weight forward, bend into that right knee, lift that back knee, and then we're going to shift the weight to step it forward, coming to a forward fold. Nice deep breath in, hands on the shins for your half lift. And then let's come back down, take the hands down to the mat, step right foot back, left foot back, drop the knees, and come all the way down to your mat. Chin to the mat, arms by your side. On the inhale, press all 10 toes in, lift the chest, reach back with the arms. And on the exhale, lower. Take a breath here, bend the knees. You can take the head to one side and windshield wiper if you like. And then bring the chin back to center, lower the legs. Feet flat. On the inhale, press the foot into the top of the foot, into the mat, all 10 toes into the mat. Inhale, lift the chest, reach back, and exhale, lower. You can take that left cheek to mat or the opposite cheek, and give yourself a breath or two. Bend the knees, windshield wiper side side. Or circles, whatever feels good. You could twirl the ankles. And then lower the feet back down. Hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the elbows, gently lifting yourself back up. Press into a child's pose. And then walk the hands towards your knees. And you're going to shift the hips to one side, swing the legs around, and find the center of your mat. Let's extend the legs. Arms by your side. Long, straight spine, shoulders back, gently pressing into the mat. Lift the heels, press the calves into the mat, flexing the feet, and then release. Press the calves into the mat, lift the heels, flex the feet, and release. Let's do that one more time, pressing the calves into the mat, flexing the feet, and lower. Inhale, arms come up, parallel to the ears, and hinge at the hips, straight spine. Wherever the hands land is just fine. I like to peace finger my toes and take a nice deep breath to lengthen. So notice how much I rounded here. Now I'm taking that nice deep breath and I'm lengthening. I'm also pressing those calves into the mat, flexing the feet. You don't have to do all this, just do what's comfortable for you. Wherever the hands land, wherever the feet are, outside of the hands, outside of the feet, wherever it's comfortable for you. Nice deep breath and lengthen once again and hinge. And release. Come all the way back up and lower the arms. Let's take the soles of the feet together into a butterfly position. So you can take a bind or wrap your hands around the feet and walk your buttocks towards the heels if you'd like. And then flutter. Flutter the legs like butterfly wings. Press the heart forward, flutter, keeping that length in the spine. It's really easy to forget, so don't be hard on yourself. It's a lot to think about with all the different postures and movement. It's all a little bit at a time. You're moving your body in the best way that works for you, and that's what's most important, and you're doing it safely. Nice deep breath in, press the heart forward, and hinge. Maybe those elbows gently press the legs away, so you can get a little deeper abductor stretch here. Bring the shoulders back, and keeping the length in the spine without rounding all the way in. So this is what it would look if I was rounding, but I'm not. I'm keeping the length in the spine and just hinging at the hips. Release. Help those knees back up. Arms behind you. Give your legs some space so you can windshield wiper side to side. All right. Let's take a little balancing pose. Let's come into boat pose. So we can start by feeling the sits bones or the pointy parts of your hips which touch when you sit. If you lean forward, you can feel the front part of those hip points. If you lean back, you can feel the back side of those hip points. We want to find a little center balance here. So you're going to reach forward, lean back as you press the hips forward. And then remember, each posture is a step-by-step process. You don't have to get into a full expression of a pose. You can, for example, just point the toes, pull the navel in and be here. Or you can lift one leg and be here until you feel comfortable with that center of balance, and you can come here. Once you build strength, attempting even just to lift the legs is a big deal. So if you're here, great, and that works for you, wonderful. If you're here, here, or even here, that works fine. And you can also support your legs, just so. Okay. And then let's lower back down. Reach forward, and we're going to find ourselves. So you can take the hands to the knees if you want. Find your way back down, or gradually, slowly come down, grounding the feet, and finding yourself on your mat. Head is on your mat. Take the knees into chest, give a nice squeeze, and maybe a little rock. You can squeeze in like a tight little ball, tuck the chin, draw those shoulders down towards the mat. Inhale, release, full body stretch. Right knee to chest, wind removing pose. Flex both feet. Let that right knee gently travel towards the right shoulder. Then if you want to release that right hip, take that knee to the right side body. Flex both feet, lengthen through that left leg. Bring it back to center, and then take it across the body. Extend that right arm to shoulder height, half T, and take the gaze over to the right side. There's your twist. Come back to center, squeeze in, flex through that left leg, full body stretch. Length in opposite directions, and then reach for that left knee to chest. And then you can guide that knee towards that left shoulder or armpit, lengthen through that right leg, flexing the foot. And again, you can take that right knee a little bit further if you take it to the outside body. Knee is going to come back to center, and we're going to come into our twist. Guide that left knee across the body to the right side. Extend that left arm, take the gaze to the left side. So give yourself what you need. If this feels too intense, gently ease off, or you can intensify it by just pushing a little bit further, just where you're comfortable, and maybe finding a little edge there where you're right where that stretch is just intense enough, and breathe into it. So you should feel a nice stretch in the chest here, through the arm, through the shoulder, and then come back to center. Take a little squeeze in, lengthen through that right leg, flex both feet, and reach for that full body stretch. And then bring your arms by your side. Bend the knees. To begin, let's windshield wiper side side. And let's come into a bridge. Let's do two. We're going to gently lift the hips and bring the arms over the head. So we're going to do one here. A nice deep breath in as you reach the hips up and arms over the head. And exhale, gently bring everything down. Inhale, lift the hips, arms over the head, chest towards the chin, and lower on the exhale. Bring the knees into chest, hands on top of the knees for circles. Massage the lower back, both directions. And then take the legs up to the sky. Legs up against the wall. It's very good for regulating the nervous system. Right before going to bed, if you have insomnia, the prescription is 7 days, legs up the wall for 7 minutes, and you should be able to hopefully sleep like a baby, especially after those 7 days of doing this just before bed. Try it out. let me know if that works for you. It worked for me. It may not work for everyone, but it does work for me. And I've heard that it works for some. All right, so lower those legs down, soles of the feet back down. If you want to bring in any additional movements before you settle in, you may. A full body stretch if you'd like. Nice deep breath in, and then lower the arms by your side, maybe tucking the shoulders underneath the body. Let the legs, hips, everything relax on the mat. Let the toes fall open. Come back to your breath. Let your eyes close and let them sink into their sockets. Release the jaw. Release the cheeks and the brows. And find your stillness when you're ready. Shavasana. You can stay in Shavasana for as long as you would like. I'm going to begin to bring myself back up to seated so I can cue you. Gently beginning to bring back movement into the body. Wiggling the toes and the fingers, and then maybe taking a full body stretch or bringing the knees into chest. When you're ready with the knees bent, rolling over to your right side, cradling your head for a moment, and then gently pressing back up to seated and meeting me with the hands at the heart center. Again, you can stay in Shavasana for as long as you'd like. This is your time, your moment, your space. Feel free to do what feels good to you. To seal class today, let's bring our prayer hands to our third eye as a reminder to think kind thoughts, especially about ourselves. To our lips to speak kind words, especially to ourselves. And back down to our hearts as a reminder to live life fully with love, joy, inner strength, lots of courage, compassion, and lots of grace. From my heart to yours, thank you so much for letting me guide your practice. Namaste.